Hey everybody, this is Sanj, and for those of you tuning in for the first time, welcome to the Real Fan Review. Make sure you check us out on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Listen to all our episodes on your favorite podcasting app, and make sure to like us and subscribe on YouTube so you can keep up to date with all the new episodes. If there's a topic you would like us to talk about, just let us know. Our email address is therealfanreview@gmail.com. Real is spelled R-E-E-L. Enjoy the show.
You're listening to The Real Fan Review with Hav, Sanj, Al, and B.
What's going on, podcasters and YouTubers? This is Hav here, one of your hosts from The Real Fan Review. And today, ladies and gentlemen, we're going over a couple of questions that I have for the fellas. And the fellas that are here, we got my brother B. Hey! We got my boy Sanj.
Good evening, everybody. As always, it's a pleasure to be with you.
And we got our man in the chair, Al.
How's it going, everybody?
Yes. We got the four of us here together. It's awesome to have us four. And before we get this night started, on the last episode, Sanj and Al, myself, we had this yesterday scenario, which, by the way, the scenarios, people are loving it. They're laughing their asses off.
I'm loving it.
I'm loving it too. It's crazy. My
I
wife
can't. I still can't believe you're afraid of big bicycles. Like, I like all I've been thinking about. Like, I'm driving in the car and I just think about you sitting on top of one of those big bicycles and falling.
And my wife keeps thinking about Al as Mark Anthony. So before we get the podcast started with a question, we're gonna get it going. Brandon, really quick, Sanj had said you're our music guy, which is absolutely right. We had a question where we did the yesterday scenario where this guy, he ends up singing Beatles songs and
You know
no
the
one
movie
knew.
we're talking about, right?
Yeah, you know the movie, right? Mm-hmm. So basically what we're asking is if you wake up one day, you go to this barbecue or you go to a picnic or someplace and you start singing these songs and people are going, hey, man, what's that? And you say, oh, that's this song. Like, never heard of it. You never heard it. And then they mention an artist. They say, never heard of them. You Google it. Can't find them. They never existed. You know all their music. Mm. You know all the words.
Oh, God.
Now you're going to get famous off of these guys. Who are you getting famous off of, Brandon?
Nickelback.
Jesus. Bro.
Look at this photograph.
All right, so that scenario won't happen because no one's gonna say, "Hey, that sounds really good."
Yeah.
Who is that?
They literally
Movie over.
It's like a hard cut.
They're like, oh, that's nice.
Brandon damn near single-handedly just canceled this whole episode, man.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Good night, guys.
Good night. No, but for real, man, who would the artists be that you would sing and take their music and become famous?
Oh, man. I think I would probably... I think the Beatles idea is the most brilliant idea. I think it's great because I'm not a Stones guy. I would maybe steal from Elton John.
Wow.
Ooh, okay.
That's awesome, man. That's crazy.
Like,
The Rocket Man.
I have no interest in drugs. I think I would do infinitely better than he did towards that middle aged part.
Right.
You don't think the drugs helped?
All right. Interesting. All right. Well, listen, I know that's a question that me, Sanj, had for last week, so we got that.
Wait, no. The other part of the
Go
question
for it.
is anyone ever finding out? Just at the end of the movie, how
Would you tell him?
No.
Yeah, that's Al's go-to. Al's not telling anyone who Mark Anthony was.
Who was it that did Suavemente?
Oh, Jesus.
You don't got to tell nobody, but you'll make $1 million off of that.
Off of that one song.
The Latino community will love you.
Oh, man. So, listen, today's episode, man, we're going to talk about the whole movie situation right now with movies flopping. There's a lot of movies that are putting really expensive made movies out there, and they're supposedly good as well. And I'm saying supposedly because I haven't seen them either. Mm-hmm. So apparently there's something going on in the marketplace where people are not going to see these movies that are really good out there. So we'll have a discussion on that today. Mm-hmm. Also want to get your take on deleted scenes that are shown in DVDs and also in movies, like you saw how Marvel brought back Avengers into the movie theaters to show the deleted scenes to get people to come back in. But just your thoughts on deleted scenes, period. And then we'll get into some scenarios again, man, because they're a hit, man. People are loving the scenarios, and we'll start talking about some of those things there. So, I mean, to get the conversation started, the first thing I wanted to go to was that I've noticed in the movie genres right now, there's these big hits that are supposed to be hits. Like we have Motherless Brooklyn, phenomenal actors in that movie. Yeah. Edward Norton, come on, right?
Yeah.
Then we have Charlie's Angels that just came out last week, only made about $8 million in its first week. We have Dr. Sleep, which was a lot of good reviews on Dr. Sleep, not making any money either. Terminator Dark Fate, me and Sanj went to go see it, didn't like it, but the name alone, Terminator, used to make it $1 million, over millions of dollars. You got Gemini Man with Will Smith, who used to be a box office king. Nothing. So what I was wondering with you guys is, you know, I know over the summer we saw more movies than what we're seeing right now, but also we made an effort to go. Mm-hmm. Now, I don't want to just put it on that it's not a comic book movie like a Marvel movie or anything like that. I mean, because again, me and Sanj did make the effort to go see Terminator. It just wasn't that good. Yeah. But I feel like we're almost at a time now where people are just waiting for the big hits. They're not seeing the normal movies, and I personally feel that's going to be something that can cause a change in the way movies are made, and you know, I think it can affect movies. Period. So I'm gonna lead off with Sanj on this one here, Sanj. Like, what's your take on like why these movies are flopping, and also why we're not making the effort, or people in general are not making the effort to see these movies?
Well, there's several factors I think that are going on. For one, think about what a theater is. It's supposed to be a different type of viewing and sound experience. Like it's theaters were an immersive sensory experience because the screen was so big and the sound was so loud and big, and you had this started with the Dolby surround sound, so you're hearing things where they're supposed to be and everything. Right. Think about the technology that you have in your home. We all have huge televisions. We all have like these ridiculous us. Like we have these ridiculous sound systems, you know, sitting in a room that's set up for watching movies. Like the movie theater is now getting a recliner. We've had those upstairs. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
People have their setup at home, and they're like saying, "Well, why am I going out and spending $15, $20? Let's say a movie now. Mm-hmm. It used to be okay. You go. All right. I remember when my dad used to when we're home from school, and my dad take us to the movies. $20.
Right.
Popcorn, tickets, $25. Right? Now, the tickets alone are like, well, we have subscriptions, right? So
right, but for the normal person, they're paying about like what, $16 for
$16 to $20 a ticket, and then you get there, and if you want water and a popcorn, you're spending another $16. And we know that's not an exaggeration,
right?
So people are like, well, why am I going to spend all that money? See, at the end of the day, so you're talking about $40, $50, right? I have all this equipment at home. I'll wait till it comes out on a DVD. Or the other factor, it's become available on streaming, on torrent sites and things like that. People are, pirating, that people are not going because of the pirating. So those are the factors. Something like Charlie's Angels, I think they're recycling things too much, too quick.
Right.
With certain things. I mean, Elizabeth Banks was saying, well, we've had 20 Spider-Man remakes and everybody keeps going to see those. Well, Charlie's Angels isn't Spider-Man.
Right.
It doesn't have the mass appeal of Spider-Man. Sorry.
Right.
That's just that because, and she tried to make it seem like it was a thing with because it's a female led movie with
right.
The reality is, if it's doing that bad, it means women aren't going to see it either.
Exactly.
So I think those are some of the major factors, and cost. Or if the movie costs like $5-10,
yeah,
I think people would still say, all right, let's just run out and go see a movie with it. But now people are looking at the cost and saying that it doesn't make sense until it's something big that I have to go see it.
That you have to go see it. That you
have to go see it in a theater. It's not gonna It's not going to change. And you're right. It is going to affect theaters
Eventually, yeah.
eventually, and they're going to have to figure out something.
I got you, man. And Al, man, I mean, kind of same question, but also, do you think that maybe with the DVDs and the Blu-rays coming out basically within 3 months after the movie's released, right? I know Avengers came out in April, and by July, August, we had it in our homes.
Yeah.
So I almost feel like with any movie that seems like iffy, I'll just wait for it to come out on Blu-ray, on Redbox.
And it was even quicker on the streaming services.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, I mean, Al, what's your take on like what's going on with the movies out there right now?
And I think that is hurting them a little bit. To your point, why go spend money to see something in the theater that I'm not sure about when
Right.
I only have to wait a few more months later and then just rent it for $1 at Redbox or wait for it to stream on Netflix or something. So, yeah, I can see that factoring as a basis as to why these movies are flopping, some of them, because maybe the premise of the movie is too out there and people are like, I'm not going out
Right.
to sit here and try to analyze, especially if it's a so-so movie. But I also wonder what they're using to determine flop. Because some of these movies that I'm looking at that are being put in the list of movies that flopped
Right.
for this year made well more than what it cost to make them.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, what are you using as a basis for flop? That just the fact that the fans didn't like it, or that it didn't make its money back?
Right. Usually, what they say a flop is like they expect the movie to make, say, $300 million. Like Terminator: Dark Fate, they expected it because of Terminator, the name alone, it was going to make a lot of money, but it didn't make as much money as they thought it would. It made money where it made their money back for what it cost to make it, but it didn't supersede that or anything like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
To me, a flop, I don't know, I guess it's, subjective in that sense. To me, a flop
Yeah.
is, like, for some of these movies, like The Finch or whatever that movie was called, I think it cost them like $45 million to make the movie, and it only made $8 million.
Right.
So to me, that's a flop.
Yeah.
But
But for instance, for Charlie's Angels just came out and it only made $8 million in its first weekend, and that was the first weekend that it came out.
How much did it cost to make?
That I don't know, but,
Yeah.
Isn't that one like
it was-
like an $80 million movie or something like that?
Yeah, especially with the talent that they have in it.
right. But it was estimated to make like 26, even 30 million its first weekend. For it to only make 8, it was beat out by a movie that was already out for a week before. And I'm like,
But they were saying that even Charlie's Angels, I saw an article where it said they said it suffered from the casting because the biggest star that they cast was Kristen Stewart, and even though Naomi Scott is famous for being Jasmine, she's not famous
like
like
that.
They didn't
like
have a
if you
draw.
look at the last iteration, it was Lucy Liu and Cameron Diaz. Those are at that time those were huge box office draws.
right.
At that time. Nobody on the cast is a huge box office draw.
I got you.
Yeah, they were just banking on Charlie's Angels bringing everybody back.
I hear you. Now, Brandon, like, I mean, even Gemini Man,
Yeah.
Will Smith is normally someone we're gonna go see in theaters just because he's in it.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's kind of dying down now, also because even Tom Cruise movies, he did The Mummy. Not a lot of people went to
No.
go see The Mummy, and it was killed review wise. But usually you'll go see it anyway because it's Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's kind of dying down too.
I mean, I'm thinking the same thing for when what's the name of that movie again? Where Maverick,
Top Gun.
Top Gun. When Top
Yeah.
Gun 2, like I feel like that's gonna flop when it comes out. It's gonna get the nostalgia factor. And you're gonna have some people really interested, but I think a lot of this comes down to that advertising and marketing. Like I told you guys in the last podcast, like I didn't know they were doing Charlie's Angels again. I literally caught a trailer commercial the week it was coming out. And I was like, oh, this is Charlie's Angels. I'm like, oh, okay. But then I didn't have the interest because I saw the cast and I didn't see anything else. There was nothing that kind of backed it up.
Yeah.
But then we talk about like our big name Marvel movies or anything like that. There's months and months of advertising and TV spots and this and that. It's just in your head. It's in your eyes. It's in your focus. You're always thinking about this movie because it's there.
Right.
A lot of these movies coming out will give you the trailer when it comes out. If you if you're like us and movie trailers pops up in our search history a lot faster than other people.
Right.
We'll get those trailers. But for other people who aren't so interested in movies as frequent as we are, they won't see those trailers like we do.
Right.
They won't see until like a commercial pops up on Hulu, a 6-second ad spot, before in the middle of their show. You know, and then it has to catch their interest there. You have 6 seconds to catch their interest, or 20 seconds before the next commercial comes on. So like Charlie's Angels, I'm catching maybe a 10-second commercial every time I'm watching Hulu.
Right.
That's the only time I've ever seen it. But like the Joker, you know, the Joker, we had no expectations of the Joker was before the reviews even came out. We were just like, what's this movie gonna be? We were so highly anticipated of it. But then what happened? TV spot, trailer, commercial. Even when it was the last trailer was the second trailer, it was still like TV spot.
Yeah.
So like it was always in your head. So I think it's just, it comes down to the way that these production companies and everyone's going to start marketing their movies to make it work.
Gotcha.
Because if Marvel and DC and all these other people are the only ones marketing their movies, those are the only movies we're going to be interested in watching.
I gotcha. I don't know. I just feel weird about it too, because like even these movies that are coming out now, that they seem good. Like I thought I was gonna see Gemini Man. I thought I was gonna get a chance to watch Doctor
I did
Sleep.
see Gemini Man.
Right. You thought it was pretty good.
It started strong, ended weak.
Right. But even the fact that, you know, it's Will Smith. You know, this guy is a lead actor. He's one of the best leading actors. And for it to not do what they thought it was going to do is just, I don't know. I just worry that
Even us with the subscriptions, right?
yeah.
We get 3 a month. Outside of that 3, it has to be something very, very compelling for me to go outside of that 3, or I'll just be like, I'll wait till next month when I have 3 more.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go pay for a movie because I paid my $20. I'm gonna get 3 movies.
Right.
You know, so
Yeah.
it has to be really, really compelling for me to say I'm gonna pay another $16 or $11 if I catch the matinee.
Right.
Also, I think there might be a factor that there's too much options now. Before you used to have what was the big movie coming out this week. Now it's what are the big movies coming out this week. There always seems to be movies fighting for the top spot.
Right.
Not everybody's going to get that. So now if you're saying, oh, well, we're only going to invest money based on how much it made opening weekend, you're not always going to be the big draw that week.
Right.
Look at this weekend. You had the Charlie's Angels. You had Frozen 2. You had
21 Bridges.
21 Bridges
that's
was
right.
another one that I know I wanted to go
Me
see.
too. Yeah, I definitely want to see that.
But, you know,
I just can't guarantee I'm going to see it at the theater.
yeah. But Frozen 2 won out because of my daughter. I had promised my daughter, so, you know,
Yeah.
I only have time and everything for one movie. Frozen 2 won. Not that I don't want to go see 21 Bridges, but now that may fall into a Netflix, like a Redbox rental, or wait for it on Netflix as opposed to go. So too many options also could be what's hurting it.
Yeah, I think Sanjay's onto something though when he says like if the prices of it were a little bit more realistic, it'd be easier for people to go see these movies and make that choice to see the movies. Because at the price point that they are now, we all make
Tuesday.
we all make the choice. Like, okay, we're just not gonna go see it. Like, but if I'll give you an example, there is not a doubt in my mind that we're all gonna see Star Wars.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
But Star Wars is a cultural institution.
But and when Black Widow comes out, is there any doubts that we're gonna see this movie? No.
Nope.
But if let's say John Boyega is in another movie this week, I can't guarantee that we're gonna go see that movie.
I might wait for it to come out on stream because
Right.
I don't know any, we don't know
So
about
I'm
it.
wondering are we just waiting for the next big thing, or is it something like, I guess the trailers just have to sell us on the movie better?
Yeah. And
I-
the stories
I-
have to get better.
I think Al hit on something when he said just too many options. There's like so many movies out there that you could say, oh, I can go see this, I can go see this, or you know what, or I can just wait till about 5 weeks, 6 weeks,
Yeah.
and it'll be on the streaming services. One of them, and everybody's got all of them, right?
Yeah.
Whether it be Hulu, Netflix, Disney Plus, whatever,
Right.
right? And I'll watch it then. Instead of, because I paid my $6.99,
Yeah.
and I'll have access to everything,
Yeah.
So,
All right, I got you guys, man.
also, nowadays, the younger generations, like that used to be a date for us as teenagers, right? Go to the movies,
You need a real job now.
right? Exactly. Like $20, you could go out. $20, $30, you could go out.
You
two
start
of
looking at your date, popcorn. What the hell? You think I'm in high school?
I just met you. You want soda with that?
Yeah. go to the faucet in the bathroom and get some water. No, but and that's just it. But also, the younger generation, they consume, like I said, they consume media differently. They want it on an iPad. They want it on a phone, something that they could walk around with and look at.
Yeah,
You know,
I see you.
so it's not a thing.
All right.
You know,
I got you guys, man. So I thanks for that, man. And I really appreciate the three of you guys, talking about that there, because it was a question I was thinking about this week when I was watching different YouTube stars and stuff like that saying things like about movies, and I was like, I just wanted to know our take also. Now I also got a text message from Brandon this week, and he's like, "Yo, we got to talk about these deleted scenes." And I kind of said to myself, I'm like, I hate deleted scenes.
me too.
And I'm going to tell you why, Brandon. Brandon, I hate deleted scenes because I can't erase from my mind that it belonged to the damn movie.
Thank you.
So if it's a deleted scene and you didn't want me to see it, why am I seeing it?
And then also, so much of the time the deleted scene makes sense, and it's like, why did you cut that?
Do you remember when we were at your house and Batman vs Superman just came out? The
Yeah.
full
3-hour one?
No, it was the full 4-hour one, and we were like, "Yo, like now I get it.
Now I know why
Now I
Superman
get
was like this. Yeah, they cut out a lot of Superman in that
They
movie.
cut out so much backstory. They
Uh-huh.
cut out so. I was
But
like,
they did
oh
it
my
to
God.
save time.
Yeah, but then we had to watch
Yeah,
4-hour
but
movie.
here's the thing, right? They save time by giving us shit and cutting out the good stuff. Like, that's not how you serve
Yeah.
a meal.
Like,
You know what I'm saying?
let me just think that was your movie right there.
It's like you serving all right, you preparing the Thanksgiving turkey, you cut off the fat part at the butt, right? And you serve that and throw away the turkey. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I hear you, man. I mean, I don't know. Like, Brandon, do you personally like deleted scenes? Do you like seeing the deleted scenes, like what the like the whole thought process of it, and seeing what they left out or what they cut out of the movies?
I always think like I think honestly the early 2000s was the best place for deleted scenes, just because like DVDs were so popular, so they would hide them in the DVDs as little Easter egg options you can click on, this and that.
Right.
And then like you got to see like this 30-second clip of Morpheus like giving Neo like the red pill instead, like, you know, it was like, oh, like what would happen, like what if. I always thought like deleted scenes were really cool because you got to see a new take that maybe they didn't go in this direction or this and that. Then I wonder why they shot it, you know. But
Yeah.
I thought it was always cool because it gave you either like a new perspective or just like something you wish you could have seen in the movie.
Oh, that's the worst part. If you wish you would have saw it in the movie.
So like, but I think the coolest thing, or not so cool maybe, is like with the new Infinity Saga set that just came out with Avengers, all the Marvel, you know, that $549 disc set, they gave a complete disc towards just deleted scenes.
It's just insane.
And like from
that's,
things
that's
from
a
like
lot of data.
right, and a whole disc dedicated to every movie's deleted scenes.
I want to see none of it.
And then, so
No,
like
here's the thing, I want to see all of it, and then I'm gonna be pissed off about it.
like Captain Marvel actually being in Age of Ultron, like, you know,
I
like,
heard that.
like that's the crazy. Like she was actually supposed to be in Age of Ultron.
And there was a deleted scene.
It was a
of
deleted scene that they shot, but they didn't shoot it with Brie Larson. It was just like female stand-in. Like they would just show like her standing there, like, you know, looking heroic in a heroic pose, and then cut to the thing. But they're like, oh, you know what? We want to do this better. We want to give a dedicated movie before we introduce a character.
and that's a better idea than thought.
So like
Yeah.
it's funny, like, because that whole DVD alone tells us that, like, everything that we ever learned, like any leaks about Marvel and all the movie process actually did happen. And
Right.
Marvel was like, yeah, no, we're just not going that direction, but we did shoot it. You know, so like from alternate takes of like what happened in the Thor movies, that scenes that would have went a different way. And,
Right.
you know, especially for two movies like Thor 1 and 2 who weren't so great, to have like parts that would have changed the way the movies went that may have been
Right.
a better take. You know,
I hear you.
for alternate things happening in Endgame. And, you know, one of the coolest things I heard was at an Endgame, something was supposed to happen that Tony was supposed to get Doctor Strange's cloak, and then Doctor Strange was supposed to end up in the Iron Man armor. Just for like
wow.
a quick 30 seconds, but like just for like something nonsensical, but would have been very interesting to see.
I
I
got
saw
you.
the artwork for that, and it was
Right?
incredible.
Right?
Yeah.
So like
Lasage looks pissed.
the swap of the beards, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So I don't like. I feel like for something like that, I want
Yeah.
to see every single one of those things to be like, damn, what could have been? You know,
I hear
what
you.
could have been a switch?
I don't know. I mean, Al, I saw when Brandon said deleted scenes, I started looking into the Disney Plus thing because Disney Plus has a bunch of those Marvel movies, and they threw in a bunch of deleted scenes on there. And one of the ones that I actually saw was Iron Man going into the Soul Stone and seeing an older version of his daughter. Watching it, I'm like, I get why they cut it out, but now I saw it, and now I think it's part of the movie.
Yeah.
But I don't know, Al.
It
What's
is
your
now.
Al? What's your take on the deleted scenes, man?
No, that one specifically, I agree with why they took it out. It would have totally jarred the movie.
Yeah, because we would have been like, who the fuck is that?
No, not only that, the part the scene that was going to be put in basically right after he snapped. So you would have had a whole fight culminate within a very quiet dialogue between him and his daughter.
Yeah.
It would have just totally, like, in terms of
it doesn't work
sequence
for the
and-
tone.
Yeah,
Right.
it would have just. How do you go from a battle now to a loving scene like that? So I understand why they took it out. Now, could they have kept it in just to show that interaction? Maybe after,
Right,
maybe
right.
they could have done it a different way. But that's one of the cases where I've seen them do a deletion, and I agree. But then don't put it out there. Then let us know that you were going to do the scene. Let us know what
Right,
could
you
have happened.
filmed it or something.
Yeah, but stop putting it out there because then what? First of all, especially with all the CGI they have to do, it looks horrible. Like the scene with Hulk and the Incredible One, or what, where she had the time stone and he went to try
Oh,
to go to
okay,
get it.
yes.
They had the alternate scene.
Got her name right.
Yeah,
now.
they had the alternate scene.
ancient one.
The ancient one.
one. Yeah.
They had an alternate scene where she is talking to Smart Hulk, and in the Professor Hulk, I'm sorry, and in the scene, like you see him, Mark Ruffalo, like in the whole CGI costume and everything.
Yeah.
And to me, it's like, all right, it's cool that you're showing me this, but
I don't want to
it's
see
like,
behind the scenes.
Yeah,
of this.
it's
Like,
so raw.
yeah.
It's like
Just
you're not
ki-
really showing me the scene. You're showing me what could have been the scene, but without all the fluff and that you just took away from the whole impact.
I got you.
So I kind of agree with you. Like I don't want to see the deleted scenes, but the funniest deleted scene that ever got taken out was for me was in one of the X-Men movies. Storm has a scene where there's an interaction about the lizard.
Right.
They cut it out, and later when she actually fights the lizard and she hits him with the lightning, she makes a joke that you don't understand the whole significance of the joke because they cut out the earlier scene.
Oh, I got you now.
So now,
Okay.
if you're gonna do deleted scenes, then you gotta either cut out both parts of the deleted scene,
Yeah.
or show them because I
hear you.
Sometimes
them-
too, when they delete scenes,
Uh-huh.
remember the actors have shot the scenes. Sometimes the actors get pissed because those are like their best scenes or like the most dramatic scenes, and like there's scenes where they like get so pissed that they cut it out. Like, how could you cut that out? Like that was like
Yeah.
gold.
Oh, that
I
sounds
went
like-
in.
Yeah.
That sounds like Mark Hamill right now with the whole Star Wars reshoots now for all three, for Force Awakens, Last Jedi, and definitely Rise of Skywalker.
Oh,
He's
wow.
complaining about the scenes and what sounds like it's going to get cut and taken out. And so forth.
Wow. But I don't know. I mean, for me personally, I prefer a gag reel any day over a deleted
Absolutely.
scene. Those
Absolutely.
are necessary. Seeing Captain America pretend and lose his shield, or Thor not catch his hammer on the way back, hilarious. Watching Bridesmaids and the off the cuff, just like what do they call it when they just do it on just like on
Improv?
standby? Improv.
Yeah.
All the comedians on improv are hilarious, man.
Or like how they do like the same scene, and then they do different takes
Takes,
on it,
uh-huh.
and then they just pick which one they want to use. Like some of the other ones to me are more hilarious than what they end up using in the movie.
You ever see 40-Year-Old Virgin? You
Yes.
remember when they ripped their hair
Yeah.
hairs
Oh,
off? his
Kelly Clarkson. Oh,
He had a whole bunch of different things that he yelled out every time they took a patch off. It's hilarious, man. But yeah, man, I was surprised when I thought about it. I'm like, deleted scenes. I'm like, I don't want to talk about that. Yeah, man. But that's cool, man. I really appreciate that take on the deleted scenes there. And then we're gonna just go to this segment. I'm gonna call not a movie, but it's still movie news.
Okay.
Not a movie, but movie news. Like
With
That we're going to. We're gonna have to make that happen. I think
the fuck is this?
Oh man, I saw The Mandalorian episode 3 called The Sin, and I immediately sent text message to all three of you, and I said, "You need to see this." And again, the only reason we're really talking about it is because there's rumors that it's going to have an effect on the Star Wars movie that's coming out on Rise of Skywalker in December. So I just wanted to see really quick because I thought it was an amazing episode. It actually made me it's this series has just been bringing back what Star Wars meant to me, because I kind of was losing Star Wars because, oh man, Force Awakens was just a rejuvenation, a little shot in the arm, and then Last Jedi just took it all away. So I needed this.
Of the shot.
I needed this, man. This Mandalorian, man. So Brandon, like, did you just get a chance to see the episode?
Yeah, I mean, me and my girlfriend have been following the series.
Fiance.
Woo, still working on it. We've been following the series. Her mostly because of Baby Yoda.
Of course.
Spoiler alert, I guess. But this
So
episode
cute.
was so cool, man.
Yeah. Touching, amazing.
It kind of started to explore this whole Mandalorian lore. And, like, I guess the only other outlet for you to know Mandalorian lore is to have read some of these comic books from that aren't considered canon anymore, but from the Star Wars EU, and so, like, this movie started asking a lot of questions, this series, like, how does this relate to characters we did know, like Boba Fett and Jango Fett? What is the meaning of being a true Mandalorian? Right. When we started getting nods of things in this episode, like, who took off your helmet? No one has ever been taken off. No, like, well, I watched episode 2 just last night because of some crazy nonsense. We're watching a whole series again. But like, Jango Fett most commonly had the uniform off completely, and Boba Fett, his clone son,
Yeah, that is not the way.
That's not the way. I've spoken, it starts to be like, what does it mean to be a true Mandalorian?
Yeah.
Is it because you're from the Mandalore section, sector, right? Or is it a religion or a cult, or just
What
a
is
warrior way? Like, what is it to be a Mandalorian? So I'm excited for this series to offer, especially after all the things we saw in that last episode.
Last episode was
It was
crazy,
nuts.
man. Sarge, man, just like spoiler free. We're gonna go into spoilers, but did you enjoy the third episode?
Oh,
there?
I enjoyed it like immensely.
Yeah.
Especially that final scene when it all culminates. Like the story leads up to it. Nothing is at random.
Yeah.
Nothing just happens for no reason. It's all a very good continuity.
Yeah.
And I like it because too much of Star Wars for me is the Force, the dark side, the Force, the Jedi, the Sith, the Jedi.
Yeah, that's not a part of it right
Yeah.
now. I mean, they touched on it a little quickly with
So
the
now
Baby Yoda.
we're
but
getting a look into the rest of the universe that Star Wars exists
Yes.
in, and the other people that basically were just props in the other movies. So now it's making the world more immersive.
yeah,
for me.
absolutely. And Al, man, for yourself, man, what you taking on the episode 3 here, The Sin?
I like it. I like as each episode goes in, you're seeing more and more of the world, the universe, and it looks like you were saying, it does lead up and seem to be setting up one of the big speculations that everybody was having for Rise of Skywalker.
Mm-hmm.
So it's interesting to see how they'll go with the rest of the episodes and setting it up. I do like the pacing of the episodes.
Absolutely, yeah.
Like we were saying off air, like they're telling you enough to tell the story.
There's no filler.
Yeah, it's not. They're not saying, "Oh, okay, this needs to be 45 minutes." Okay, throw 6 minutes in of people talking that don't need to really say anything because it has no bearing. But we need 6 minutes of dialogue, so just have them say something.
Yeah, there are no dead ends, there are no loose ends, anything. It kind of flows.
Yeah,
Yep.
man. I'm loving it, man. I'm really finding it very interesting, this series. I'm going to continue watching it. And for anyone listening right now that you haven't checked out The Mandalorian for any reason, trust us, it's worth the watch.
Oh, definitely.
It's up to episode 3 right now. And honestly, each episode has gotten better and better. So
It's supposed to lead up until Rise, right?
yeah, definitely. They're supposed to, I think, an episode drop before Rise. And then when Rise comes out, there's one more episode. So we'll see what happens with that there. So I mean that's gonna be it for like our movie news and like our own little
And our
thoughts.
segment, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, man. So that's that for today on that. And again, a lot of my friends, family, people listening, I've heard that they like the scenarios that we're doing. So anytime we're gonna have like a shorter podcast where we're not going like a full 45 or more, we'll try to do a scenario too. And I got a couple for you guys I thought about for the week. And so we'll get into the movie scenarios today. So my first movie scenario is going to go to Sanjay. Sanjay, Enterprise is real, brother. And you get on that ship and you're going in as a trainee.
A trainee, okay.
All right? They get you on a shirt. They get you your clothing.
Fuck, am I wearing a red shirt?
And they give you a red shirt. All right, what are you doing when they give you the red shirt?
Resigning from Starfleet. That's what I'm doing. Fuck this.
So you wouldn't at least put it off for a couple days?
Well, let me. It depends.
Okay.
On which century of Star Trek we're in. If we're in the 23rd century, that red shirt is a death sentence. Mr. Scott was the only red shirt to survive.
Right.
So if it's the 24th century and beyond,
Yeah.
well, yeah, the red shirt. Those are the guys that are in charge. They
Yeah.
changed it up in the newer in the newer version. So
Yeah.
it depends on if it's the 23rd century. I'm out.
Yeah. Oh, you're done.
I'm out. I'm gonna go join the Klingon Defense Force. I got a better shot there. All right, because there you can kill your captain and become captain from being a cadet.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, or at least challenge your captain. But 24th century, I'm rocking with it.
All right. So, Brandon, man, in this situation here, you understand what the red shirt means in Star Trek lore. It used to mean basically, well, no, it didn't mean it, but that's ended up happening was anyone who wore a red shirt was usually done
Except
for.
Mr. Scott.
So, Brandon, you're joining the Star Trek fleet, and they give you a red shirt, and you look at it, you're like, are you trying it on? You gonna wear it?
I'm gonna take the shirt. I'm gonna put it on, hijack one of the ships, and just fly off. That's it.
So there were episodes like that, and then the ship that the guy flew off and just blew up.
Red shirt is doomed.
At least
told
I
you,
started.
The red shirts are doomed.
Al, you get a red shirt?
I may try out the holodeck for a little bit.
You're definitely trying to hold that.
and
A little
then,
lot of bit.
Yeah, then I'll just say, yeah, maybe this wasn't for me and head home.
All right. I think I would give it a try to like exchange the shirt color, bruh. Do you got this in like in a blue?
I'll take yellow.
Blue, yellow, any other color. Red don't really go with my look. Oh man. All right, let's get to our next scenario. So we did Star Trek. All right. So Al, your friend Dom and Brian come up to you. And they go, we're going to Race Wars, man. Bring your car. We're going to need you to win a couple races there. Al, what kind of car are you bringing, man? Are you bringing American Muscle or import?
Have to be import.
Has
Yeah.
to be import. Okay.
What's that? NSX, I think it's called, or the.
Oh, you talking about the Skyline?
Yeah.
Yeah, that the Skyline became
That's Nissan, right?
Yeah,
That's
the
a Nissan Skyline. That's my car right
yeah.
there.
And then it became the GTR.
Yeah.
Yeah, those cars, those are fly cars.
Al, what movie is that, man?
Fast and Furious.
Yeah, brother. Sanj, man.
Family.
He's going import. What you going?
American Muscle all the way, baby.
Yeah, okay. Any particular car or just American Muscle?
Shelby Mustang.
Oof. Yeah, right after 4V Ferrari. I don't blame you. All right. Brandon, Brian and Dom are talking to you. We need to win in Race Wars.
We're family.
We're family.
We're family. All right.
Family.
I mean, I can't lie. Ever since Fast and Furious, the second one came out, which started with the Nissan Skyline, in the white and the blue. Any like racing game, Need for Speed that came out, I would always hope that there was a Nissan Skyline in it,
Sean
so
loves
that
that
way I
Skyline
can
too.
customize it
Yeah.
and be white and blue, have blue neon lights underneath, like hit the NOS, like it's always the Nissan Skyline.
Oh, wow. 2 imports. And guess what? We're going to have 2 American Muscle, too. I'm sorry, man, but there's just something about these American cars sometimes.
It's the throatiness. Of
Oh
it.
my god!
I mean, like the handling is shit.
yeah,
You're gonna spin out.
too much power in the front.
Too much power, whatever it is. But that roar, the throatiness, like you just don't get that anywhere.
Dude,
anywhere else.
I
It's-
remember one time I had to have work done on my car. I forgot what happened to it, and my insurance company gave me a lender car, and it was a Dodge Charger standard. I thought I was Fast and Furious on the goddamn highway.
Absolutely.
Dude, that
Never got out
car.
of first gear.
First of all, the front seat was not two separate seats. It was just one huge like fucking bench. Dude, when I drove that car and I would just hit the gas, I was
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit.
Did you stay at every red light until somebody came next to you with another?
No.
Like, yo,
You're like, dude, you want to go? You want to go? You want to go?
Yeah, but wait. You had to see me in my automatic. At one point, I put that shit in neutral and just revved it. And then I just like kicked it back to the D. Yo,
I was like, oh Jesus!
let me tell you, that car moved,
Yeah.
man.
Oh yeah.
And it was a standard Dodge Charger. Standard. Nothing. I almost didn't want to give it back, man. And then they gave me back my Dodge Neon, man.
Wow.
Yeah, this is about like 10 years ago, man.
The neon days.
Dodge
Oh,
Neon,
man.
my Ninja, I used to call it. But yeah, Dodge Neon
I
did not
remember
rev.
like you totaled one and went and got the same
Because
exact
I
one.
loved it.
Like and you rolled up and like I remember me and Ree
Did
were
he
there
just
because it
change
was
the
at your huh?
He just changed the color, right?
No,
it was
same
the
color.
It was
Same color.
And then like you rolled up because we were waiting for you at your apartment
Mm-hmm.
at the time where you were living, and you rolled up in the car. And we're like, yo, did you get the same fucking car?
My dad used to be like, that piece of shit car. That car looked like it worth $6,000.
Brand new.
Yeah, for real. Oh man! Now this next scenario, man. I caught my son watching this movie the other day, and I was like, "Oh, okay, that's gonna be a scenario for sure." All right, so let's see. I went to Al, went to Sanj.
Oh God.
So you go first this time.
Oh,
didn't you?
me?
I don't think you've gone first. Yet.
No. You know what? I'll go first on the next one.
Okay.
But this one I'll go to Brandon. So B, you hear a forecast out there, and Al Roker says it's gonna snow or rain a food. What food are you running out your door with your mouth open for?
Chicken nuggets.
Chicken.
Let me get those chicken tendies. Like,
Wait,
chicken tendies.
Anyway, any specific chicken nuggets like from McDonald's, Wendy's? Because McDonald's, I don't like those anymore.
If
Wendy's.
it's like 80s and 90s McDonald's,
Or you could choose dark meat or white meat.
no, it's not.
If it had that trans fat in it,
Yeah.
that 1 gram of trans fat.
No, you couldn't choose like white meat, but they had some dark meat ones in there, and those are like gold.
What, you run out for chicken nuggets?
I'm running out for chicken nuggets. A heartbeat.
Oh my god! I can't believe you didn't run out with chicken nuggets with your mouth open.
Let me get them chicken tendies.
Oh man, Saj, what food are you running outside for with your mouth wide open to catch?
Porterhouse steak.
Wow.
I know you can catch that in your mouth.
Saj's gonna be out
In
there
the face
with
of
a
steak.
plate, aiming. Come on, Porter.
Chuck roast. Damn it.
Oh man, Al, what food are you running out there for, man?
It's gonna sound silly, but pizza.
You're running outside for pizza
Kid, I
coming
can
down.
eat pizza every day.
So bagel bites are flying
oh
down.
hell yeah!
Pizza in any form.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, Sicilian preferably.
Ooh.
Oh man, okay,
It's thick.
dude. I would lose my shit. I would run outside with my mouth open. I'd get the biggest shot I could find and extend it out to catch more fried shrimp.
Oh.
Yeah, man, I could tear down some fried shrimp, man. Oh, Red Lobsters.
We gotta get your mom's recipe for her fried shrimp.
Yeah,
And
man,
then,
I got
just
it.
Make that. Oh.
I've made it a
okay.
couple times. Yeah. Oh man, yeah, I'm running out for fried shrimp, man. You can't. You what? Red Lobster, all you can eat shrimp?
It used to be better, like the quality of their shrimp.
Hey, it's really bad
Yeah.
now, man. Before it used to be like.
It was the bar. Like I remember, we used to be like go out because like you'd call us up, never ending shrimp, endless shrimp at Red Lobster. Like, all right, let's go.
I remember I took Al one time to Red Lobster just for that thing.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
The
Yeah,
garlic
it is sad
shrimp.
now if you go see their shrimp.
Tiny,
Oh,
tiny.
forget it. Yeah.
Hashtag not a sponsor. Oh man! All right, so now in this one here, this one I'll go first on this one here. So the situation is, you find out you have mutant powers. You have these powers. You get a knock on your door, and mom and pops is like, "Honey, there's two guys out here wanting to talk to you. It's Professor X, and it's also Magneto, and they're trying to recruit you. One's telling you to go to X-Men, to go to the Xavier School of the Gifted. Magneto's like, I just want you on the team, the Brotherhood of Mutants. Where are you going? Which team are you picking? I don't want shit to do with school. I'm going with Magneto.
I'm a brother.
I'm going with the Brotherhood. I am not going to school and then hoping that I get chosen for a mission.
I don't want to go on a message.
Oh man,
Where we going? Find Sentinels. Nah, I'm good. You got Wolverine. I
kept thinking because like when I was thinking about the X-Men and I remember the movies, I'm like, yo, they just legitly went to class. I got these powers. I'm not going to school, man. Ow. Professor X and Magneto are at your door, man. They want to talk to you about joining the team, man. Which team you joining?
Yeah, I think I'm going with the school.
You going with
Oh,
Professor
yeah.
X?
Yeah.
You gonna work your way up to hero?
Yeah. I don't know. Something about me. I can't keep looking over my shoulder.
I
And
got you.
Yeah. So I'd rather know at least I'm on one side where, we're supposedly doing good. We'll see, but yeah.
Yeah.
At least where everybody's
Until
getting
Professor
hyped.
X has a nightmare.
Oh, forget it. Jeez. I still can't
Got
believe they
cough.
put that in the story.
Sanjay, Professor X and Magneto, who you going?
Magneto,
You going Brotherhood of Mutants?
going with the Brotherhood.
Any reasons why or anything like that, or just you prefer?
Rebel nature,
Gotcha. All right. Even though you're putting up a chance that you may get physically abused every now and then if you fuck up somewhere. There's no lessons here.
That's the lesson.
Brandon?
See, I don't know. Because on one hand, I want to be an X-Men just so I could be a thug and be like, put the X sign everywhere I go, like, X. Like, just for that, like, oh, yo, watch out. I got this X.
Brandon's making X's with his hands, people. He's forcefully making X's.
So you know. But, like, I don't know. Like, I feel like I would go to the Brotherhood just because I'd rather not take, like, mutant math.
What is mutant math? It's just math?
My thing's
Like-
like, I can learn anything I want on YouTube. Like,
Magneto, hold on. I'm learning algebra. You just gotta know it because I may have a job one day.
This may not be a full-time thing.
Yeah, you gonna get caught, Magneto.
like I can move these things with my mind, but I still need to know how to arrange them so it doesn't fall down.
That's how they taking physics. He's going to DeVry. That's the Brotherhood of Mutants. He's in the back with a computer. He's got an evil lair with a desk section.
Play Magneto, Sabretooth, shut up at night. Trying to study.
Oh my god! And then Magneto crushes the computer. Oh,
I'm like, again?
oh, that's terrible.
You don't get unemployment in the Brotherhood.
Oh man! All right, so now I got a crazy one for us, man.
Uh-oh.
It's gonna be nuts, man. Sanj, I'm gonna lead you off on this one, brother.
Jesus.
All right, so you're on a cruise with the wife.
Okay.
Some older gentleman comes up to you.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. No. An older woman comes up to you guys.
Okay.
and she goes to your wife and goes, "I'll give you $3 million for one night with your husband," what is your wife saying?
She just laughs. She just laughs. She's like, "Is this a joke?"
Seriously? She does the first thing she's gonna do is
Yeah. She's gonna laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Now, I don't remember the age difference, but I
I-
remember
I-
Robert Redford being a lot older than Demi Moore in that movie,
Yeah.
right?
I think if the woman is serious and then my wife is like really serious, she'll be like, "Listen, $3 million is a lot of money. Go handle that."
Go ahead, look that. You knock Granny off her feet, all right?
I mean, if she looks like Helen Mirren,
Right? Because at this point, the woman would have to be like late 60s.
listen, look, like there's some women like look at like Angela. She's not late 60s, but like
No.
there's some women out there that are older and look damn fine.
Grandmas are taking care of themselves now.
look damn fine.
CrossFit now.
Grandma's in CrossFit.
That's right. Like, "Nah, Grandma, you can come scoop me up."
B, new fiance over here.
Oh.
Someone goes up to Dawn and says, "I'll give you $3 million for one night with Brandon."
He was like, take him. She's like, "Babe, we got bills." She's like, "Sally Mae's calling." "Baby, we got bills."
She's like, "Can you take him tonight?"
She goes, "He's free right now."
She's like,
She's like, "You
No.
can just make it one."
she's like, he wasn't gonna be busy tonight anyway, so
Is it just one night deal, or is it, can we
schedule?
can we schedule appointments here? Is it $3 million per night? Al, what is wifey saying about you? You're in this like cruise, and older woman comes up and says, "I will give you $3 million for Al for one night."
What she really would say, or what she might say, like
You
Right off the-
what you think she'll say?
as a joke, she'd probably respond to the woman, "You could take him right now for free."
For free.
But in reality, like if this was a serious situation, I don't know if Rosa would actually go for it.
Right.
Like, I don't know. I mean, granted, she might be tempted to say, "You know what? Let me think about it for a second.
Right.
Can I touch the money?" But in terms of going through it, I don't think, because like in the movie, like I don't think she would ever let it out her head.
Right.
I may say no, because for the rest of my life, it's like in the question, did you like when she did this? What color was she wearing? You know, it'd be like I'd be dealing with that for the rest of my life. On a yacht or whatever you want to, we'd be living life comfortable.
Yeah.
But every 5 seconds, oh, why you want steak? Why did she serve you steak?
Oh my God, dude.
or every time you walk past, like, "Oh, you want her now?"
Why
don't you?
are you looking at that old lady for? Why are you looking at her for?
Oh, you just want every old lady now.
She don't got no $3 million.
Oh my God. I actually told wifey about the situation, and I told her the scenario we're gonna do. And I said, "What would you say?" And she's like, No, I wouldn't. And then I told her, I was like, "Oh, but the lady is older, just like in the movie. You know, Robert Redford was a lot older." She goes, "Oh," she's like, I was like, "You thinking about this?" And she goes, "Well, I'm saying like $3 million." And she's like, she goes, "I don't know." I'm like, "It sounds like you're fucking thinking about it." And so she was legitly like thought about like if it was an opportunity, she would
Is
take
this happening
it.
right now?
She's like, "Oh, come on." She's like, she's old. I'm like, "Oh my God."
Because you said
Yeah.
because you said it's an older woman, I think Nina wouldn't have a problem with it because she wouldn't feel threatened by the other.
Yeah.
Woman. But if she felt like the other woman was more attractive than her, she wouldn't she wouldn't go.
No,
for it.
I don't think any of them would. I don't know. It's funny, but the older scenario, she was just like, and I was almost like shocked that she said, "I would think about it." I'm like,
Well, I mean, shoot, even for me, regardless of what Nina says, $3 million is a lot of money.
yeah, I can't do
And
it.
all you gotta do is break off an old chick. I mean, come on, fellas.
Oh my god, man! Yeah, man. No,
I mean, you're
man. No,
you're all giving it up for free right now.
What she said to me though, which was hilarious, was she goes, "Imagine you don't take it for the $3 million, and then you cheat on me for free. I'd fucking kill you." And she's like, "You stupid ass! You could have got paid for this, and you're doing it for free
With this basic bitch over here,
She don't even get $3.
she ain't even got no car. You took her to Wendy's.
She said she'd be so mad. Oh man! All right, man. This is the last scenario. No more after this one. This is gonna be the last one here. And I'm not sure if you guys know what movie this is from, but it's one of my favorite movies. It's called Project Almanac. So what happens is they invent a time machine, and you know, basically what they do is they go back and forth in time, and this guy's trying to basically make some girl fall in love with him. He goes back in time, messes it up. It's a really good movie. If you guys ever want to borrow it, feel free to. But I wanted to know if you had the capability, or we found some kind of time machine, and we can go back to a certain time or place. I would want to know. I'm interested. Like, I'll go to. I think I already went to Sanj first. I think it's Brandon. Your turn.
Sure.
All right. When would you go back? Is there a specific reason why? And it doesn't have to be like a catastrophic event or anything like that. Just maybe a memory you want to relive again.
That's a good one. I feel like I'd want to go back to like the start of college. Just like not high school. I didn't like high school.
Right,
I
right.
hate high school. But like the start of college, just to be like, to make some smarter money decisions going forward.
You go to yourself and
I'd be like,
"Hey, idiot."
Hey, idiot. Sally Mae ain't cool. She ain't your friend. But no, like to be honest, like when I first started going to the college I graduated from, it was such a cool atmosphere to be in. And at times, like I talk to other people, and we all have like the general consensus, like with the crazy schedules we had, like we didn't really get to take part in all the things we wanted to while we were there. Like some opportunities musically and this and that, like we wish you kind of did, that we had the time to do. So I feel like I'd want to go back and kind of relive those and maybe do those things and see if it was worth it. Gotcha,
man. All right. Sanj, how about yourself, man? Is there a time and place you would go back to and relive?
Probably the end of high school. I'm not sure whether junior or senior year. But the end of high school, like on a more serious side, just to like tell myself, like, make your own decisions. Don't make your decisions based on like what you think your parents want you to do or whatever, and just know that like there's a whole, like, you can do these things.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to be in this one track or whatever. Like to tell myself that, like, I feel like if I had known that a lot earlier,
right,
like I would have had like many more adventures, and like I could have taken better advantage of like the educational opportunities that I had, like financial opportunities, things like that. Because
right,
as like at that age, I was just so worried about like what my parents thought about,
yeah,
so many things, like
Gotcha.
just pleasing them, and like more so like please yourself. And then like I would also tell myself where and when I meet, like, what my wife would be, right? So that I still know where she's at.
Yeah.
I want to do some other stuff.
Yeah.
But I know where she's at, so I can still go find her, because at the end,
like, all right, in 2 years around this time, I'm gonna meet her in this class. Okay, cool.
Just to know where she is. I'm not gonna lie. I may prolong getting into the relationship for maybe another year and a half, or so. But
you'll know where she is.
I'll know where she is. At the end of it, I still want to end up married to the same person.
Gotcha.
Right, and then to like that, and then tell myself like. Let myself know who the girls are that like me, that only told me like when high school was over. So like then you can go like do stuff with them.
Oh my god. Al, man, for yourself, brother. When and where, brother?
When and where?
When, where, why? Where'd you go back to, man?
I don't know. See, there's a couple of opportunities, a couple times. I really don't know. Haven't know. I honestly, I really couldn't say.
Right.
Because there's always those situations where you say, "Oh, I wish I could go back then,
And
knowing
do it
what
over
I,
again,
what
yeah.
I know now." I guess it would be college. It would have to be college,
Yeah.
Right.
and then start from there again. There's always those things you wish you did differently, or maybe did them, but not the way you did it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, maybe college.
Yeah. I
How many times can we use the time machine?
in that movie, they used it a couple of times and
Okay.
they broke it.
Or like I would go back to every time we were in a club about to buy bottles and say, put that money back in your pocket and go invest.
Shows up with the next block. Go invest. God damn it! I said go invest.
You're just gonna vomit it out in 3 hours anyway.
Yeah, man. I think for myself, I was gonna go a different route because I was thinking something else. But when I heard what you guys were talking about, it kind of brought me to something too. I think if I could, same rules, I would definitely tell myself, yeah. In 2006, around December, you're gonna meet Alex.
There she is.
You keep that. You keep
Yeah.
that. But if I could do something over, because where I feel like I didn't know myself, and I feel like I failed at a lot of different things, would have probably been like senior year of high school. I quit football. I quit basketball. I didn't go to the prom. I didn't go to the school trip. I didn't do anything with the school except pass my classes to just graduate. And I feel like that was such a stupid way of thinking. And I think I just wanted to get it over with and get out of school. I just wanted to go forward, and I didn't appreciate the time that I had with the friends that I had at that moment. I didn't appreciate going and experience those things. I didn't go to a prom, I didn't do a school trip where everyone slept out the other night, with their classmates and with their friends. And also, again, I think of the way that I love sports now. Like, I love football. I love basketball. And I quit. Instead of going through it, being part of the team and experiencing it, going into a game and all that stuff like that, I just feel like I just gave up too fast.
You would have been a beast.
I just gave up way too fast because I felt like at that point I didn't care. All I just wanted to do was just get to college, And I was just like, this is the last year. I pretty much had everything I needed to get into college. I just needed to pass like 4 classes.
No.
I think it was the major 4 classes: English, science, math, and social studies. Everything else was just like extra. So I was like, damn, man, I heard you guys take. I wanted to relive my wedding again. I thought my wedding was crazy. I loved the wedding. I loved the food. I loved the party atmosphere, everything. But
Except this time the limo shows up.
The limo should show up to pick us up the first time. Yeah. But yeah, man, that's it for today, man. Go for it.
I really want to take a time machine back to your 25th birthday. And I want to know who took your tires.
Wow. Wow.
You know what? I want to solve that mystery also, man.
No, I think we know who it was.
Listen, the options were people I knew from Uniondale or the security people who put the alarm on my car.
Yeah.
It has to be one of those 2 people.
Because they definitely disabled the alarm.
They disabled the shit like... it was like a surgeon did it, bro. And it left my car on crates on my 25th birthday.
Like, I want to know.
Yeah.
That was a crazy day.
That was so nuts. And it's funny because Pops left the house at 4 o'clock in the morning. Everything was fine. 5 o'clock in the morning, everything was not fine.
I know who it was.
It was my dad.
Exactly.
He sold the rims.
He's like, I told you not to buy the rim, Chico. You're going to learn today.
Happy birthday.
Oh, my
Pero
God.
Javi, don't go outside.
Oh, my God. The funniest part was Mom waking me up. Ay, mijo, happy birthday. Call the police. Like, what? She's like, I mean, I don't want to tell you, but
Don't go
your
outside.
car's on crates, puppy. Okay. Happy birthday. Oh my God, man. Well, listen, that's going to be our podcast for tonight, man. Again, we love these movie scenarios. If you guys have a scenario you guys want us to talk about, it has to be movie related. Send it over to us on our email, therealfanreview@gmail.com, or go to our website, therealfanreview.com, and you can leave us a note on the Contact Us page there. Just to tell us what you want us to talk about. You guys hear Sanj in the beginning. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. We enjoy doing this every weekend, man. So we thank you guys for listening, and we'll talk to you guys next week. Signing off with my brother B, my boy Sanj, and my man Al, and myself, Hav. We thank you for listening. We'll see you guys next Sunday. Have a good night.